Alright, welcome back to the news videos. Before I get started on the news, firstly I'd like to say to everyone, may or may not have seen my Facebook status for those of you that do know me on Facebook, but the information I am sharing throughout my social media, I'm not posting it to say that it is the utter truth. I'm posting it because it's interesting to me. I like the story or the evidence that is within that certain article, depending on whether it's true or not, obviously. And I like to tell everybody else because I believe that everyone deserves to know the information that's going on and going around, and also the stuff that's being stopped from everyone seeing. So I'm not posting it to prove anything, I'm posting it so other people can become aware and talk about it, and if people don't believe it's true, help me find other information to say that it is false, so that we can eliminate that from any other news that I do or stories that I share. Alright, done. Let's check this stuff out. So Vietnam sentences corrupt bankers to death by a firing squad. April 6th, 2014. The American bankers who brought on the 2008 global financial collapse, by and large, didn't get indicted or face any significant consequences for their actions. In fact, many of them even got huge bonuses. That wouldn't have been the case in Vietnam, another nation struggling with corrupt and unscrupulous bankers. During a recent cleanup of Vietnam's financial sector, the strictly authoritarian nation sentenced 3 bankers to death by firing squad in the past 6 months alone. A pair currently on death row embezzled roughly $25 million from the state-owned Vietnam Agribank back in March. A 57-year-old former regional boss from Vietnam Development Bank found himself sentenced to death by a firing squad over $93 million swindling job. According to the Vietnam's news outlet, many of the co-conspirators got life in prison, with the Madoffs of Vietnam being the high-profile characters who were sentenced to death. The point many in Vietnam say is to send a message. Now, I honestly think I don't like the big bankers, and what they're doing to the world is absolutely disgusting. If you want to know more about bankers, Google Agenda 21. You can find everything about what the banks are for. But as good as it is that these bankers are being jailed, and obviously a few of them killed, I don't believe in killing even the most corrupt and evil people, because killing doesn't do anything. That is, you haven't end someone's life. People do make mistakes, and yes, they might be very bad, but it is still not our right to go and kill them. That's the universe's right. But, it's sending a message to all the other bankers, so hopefully they'll get scared and, they won't destroy our Earth, because I love this Earth. Just ingredients in sunscreen are destroying your health. Most toxic sunscreen products contain oxybenzene, vitamin A, hyper SPF, fragrance, and parabens. Apparently, we're told that in order to safely enjoy the sun, we need to wear sunscreen due to the risk of sunburn and skin cancer. And we are encouraged to wear sunscreen to keep our skin protected from the sun's harmful rays, but the reality is that these products are so toxic that they may actually contribute to skin irritations and problems. I was always told when I was younger, from my mom, who did a lot of research, funny, I'm doing the same, she did a lot of research on a lot of health, food-wise, making your body better, getting rid of all the toxins and bad crap in your body. And she always used to tell me that sunscreen had chemicals in it that was the reason why we got skin cancer and skin problems and stuff like that. So being your mum, I believe what mum told me, and There you go, there you have it. Go and read it for yourself. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. But yeah, I hate sunscreen. This one, one of the guys I follow on YouTube, has got some interesting proof, apparently, of a light source found on Mars. As you can see it right in there. But he's got information here. Check this out. This is jplnasa.gov. This is from their website. The raw images on their website. And there's a little light source. Does a good video. I'll link this one as well. And the information in his video is right here. As you can see, there's the page, and this right here, navcam right B, is the image. So that's the image I just showed you before. It's on their page. What exactly is it is anyone's guess. Some people say, well, that I've talked to, reckon it could be a metal or something in the ground, or particles in the air. But I always like to disprove anything and also try and push my theory across at the same time. I gotta say, you look at it, there's no other shiny parts except for that one single area. If it was a material or rock or shiny rock material or whatever, why is it only in one spot? I mean, honestly, it could be anything. Particles, if there was particles in the air, I honestly believe it would be a bigger area. Honestly, click on the photo, download it, zoom in, it's not that many pixels. But then, another person I talked to said that it could be photoshopped. And I was like, okay, so basically what you're telling me is that NASA photoshops their own photos, which basically is fraud. So then the government is committing fraud. So if it's photoshopped, or is it real? Make up your own mind. I don't know. I kind of like it. This is one of the most bizarre stories I think I've ever heard. Post from the Independent, Friday 11th of April. 9-month-old boy charged with attempted murder in Pakistan and granted bail by the judge. This is I don't understand this. The toddler appeared in court accused of throwing stones at police during a raid on his home in Lahore. Lahore? I don't know how to say that. A 9-month-old boy charged with planning a murder, threatening police, and interfering with state affairs in Pakistan has been granted bail after appearing in court this week. Toddler Muhammad Musa Khan was booked in February along with 30 other people, including a number of members of his family, after stones were allegedly thrown at police and energy officials during raids on homes in Lahore. Residents have been accused of not paying for electricity. But apparently deciding that the 9-month-old was capable of and had taken part in the alleged stone throwing, Sub-Inspector Kasif Ahmed decided to arrest the child. What? The judge quickly granted bail for the child along with the other people accused in the case. Baby Muhammad is however currently expected back in court on 12th of April, although the judge apparently noted the absurd nature of the charge. He does not have the powers to dismiss the case against him. There's a little video of it there. The toddler's grandfather, Muhammad Yassin, told Reuters he was booked under Section 326 and was presented before a court. He doesn't even know how to pick up his milk bottle properly. How can he stone the police? And that is so true. The world's going crazy. That's basically it. The world is going crazy. a 9-month-old. Are you kidding me? This one I like. Naturalcuresnotmedicine.com. These are pretty good people. They bring out some interesting information that I share on Facebook quite frequently. Some of Steve Newport's symptoms of Alzheimer's disease reversed thanks to the unlikely treatment prescribed by his wife, Dr. Mary Newport, a physician who runs a neonatology ward at the Tampa hospital. Sorry, it was man reviews Alzheimer's symptoms using coconut oil. Did you know coconut oil can also be used to kill candida? Dr. Newport added coconut oil to her husband Steve's diet. Just 2 weeks later, he took the Alzheimer's clock test again and demonstrated stunning improvement. I thought at the time, was it just good luck? Was it a lot of prayer? What is the coconut oil? She said. And I thought, well, we're going to keep the coconut oil going. I think there's sources for it there. That's an interesting story. I've heard some good things about coconut oil. Apparently you can use it to brush your teeth and help them become really white, and healthy gums and healthy teeth. So I wouldn't be surprised that coconut oil has awesome medical benefits. See, there's the video of it there. Check it out if you want. Yeah, good stuff. I also use coconut oil for my eczema, and that works pretty good. Okay, this next one, you guys should watch it. It is flippin' awesome. A whistleblower by the name of Kristen Megan is interviewed by Luke Rudowski. She's a U.S. Air Force whistleblower. Speaks about her conclusions and observations regarding the U.S. military connection with chemtrails. The issue of chemtrails has been widely debated among many circles and is regarded in popular culture as a conspiracy theory. But with whistleblowers like Kristen Megan coming forward, can it really be regarded a conspiracy theory anymore? Honestly, if enough people haven't looked up to this guy and noticed that something is not right with it, start looking up. Start looking up. It's not a conspiracy. And from this video, and a video that she brought out a little while ago, or was uploaded a while ago, where she went to an actual big room where there was, I don't know, a few people, I'm not sure what kind of meeting or whatever it was, and she spoke and was showing her stripes from the Air Force, straight edge cadet. I don't know, she dealt with like education, sorry, not education, she dealt with like hazardous chemicals that came through the Air Force bases, and some of them that she found were big, large quantities of barium, strontium, aluminum, a few other baddies. The only thing they didn't have a name of who it was coming from on the order, on the computer systems apparently. Watch the video. She explains it there. It's like, there's enough proof out now. Like, chemtrails got on the freaking mainstream media in America. Like, that's saying something. It got on the mainstream media. And, you know, good news never gets on the mainstream. Only covered up crap. But check that out. That is awesome. I'll have that in the description. Everything I'm showing tonight is in the description box. Okay. China free trade deal would be like scoring third goal. Prime Minister Tony Abbott said securing a free trade deal with China would be like scoring a third goal in a World Cup grand final after Australia signed off on free trade deals with Japan and South Korea. You can follow the updates there on those couple of pages there from Twitter on more of the story. Australia and top trading partner China are working to free up the flow of money between the two countries by developing the international use of the Asian giant's currency. Treasury Joe Hockey says Australia and China have agreed to further enhance the offshore market development of China's currency, the renminbi. Direct trading between the renminbi and the Australian dollar has increased more than 7-fold in the past year. So, I'm not going to read all that. You guys can read that. So he's done the free trade deals with Japan and South Korea already. Their areas included in the TPP, and now it's going to China. Making these, signing off on these free trade deals with Japan, South Korea, and it will be China. Possible. It could be. They may, disagree. Anyways, he's signing the TPP, which is not good. There isn't much leaked on the TPP because it's been in secret for a long time now, and they won't allow any press to go to the meetings where all these world leaders talk about this partnership trade deal. I've heard that when it's implemented and you decide to share something on the internet, say your friend asks you over Facebook, this is just what I've been told. Okay, say your friend asks you on Facebook to give you a recipe that you bought off the internet for $2 because you wanted to quickly make a meal or something for dinner, and you're like, yeah, sweet. You grab the link, copy it, you paste it in the message, you send it to her. You would then get a strike. From what I've been told, you would get a strike. You only get 3 strikes, and then you are apparently like blacklisted, I guess, off the internet. So there goes free speech on the internet and our rights. There goes your internet freedom. Can't even share something simple as a recipe. It's going to also allow big foreign companies to sue our governments on certain laws that we have in place for, say, environmental or education or maybe even medical laws. And they can sue our governments billions of dollars. So if you think that we're having a problem with money now, with the amount that we're in debt, just wait till the TPP is fully signed and yeah, this is going to be fun. Only a little bit of information is leaked about it. It's pretty messed up. Non-conformity and creativity now listed as a mental illness by psychiatrists. So it's no secret that when society as a whole starts thinking outside the box or starts to question what's really happening on the planet, it faces a fierce opposition. It's also a secret that authority figures throughout history have ridiculed ideas that simply did not fit the frame. In our not-so-distant past, new ideas and understandings were harshly opposed by those in control. A great example is Galileo, who was convicted from the public domain and labeled as crazy. Scientists during this time were also sought after and killed. Have things really changed today? Is the pharmaceutical industry another means of condemning and altering those who think outside the box? I would believe yes. According to the latest edition of the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, it looks that way. The manual identifies a mental illness labeled as Oppositional Defiant Disorder, or ODD. It's defined as an ongoing pattern of disobedient, hostile, and defiant behavior. It is also included in the category of attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD. The manual is used by psychiatrists to diagnose mental illnesses, and it seems that with each new issue, a new made-up mental illness is added to the list. This isn't something new. In the Soviet Union, a systematic political abuse of psychiatry took place and was based on the interpretation of political dissent from a psychiatric problem. Mental illness has been used for political repression. Those who were/are non-conformant and do/did not accept the beliefs of authority figures, like government agencies, face labels that do not represent them at all and have no scientific backing whatsoever. I like this. I talked to a mate of mine. He said just because it's a mental illness does not make you a bad person. That is true. The fact that they're labeling non-conformity and creativity is, is awesome. It's good to be creative. But non-conformity, when we live in a tyrannical world, they're oppressing us and stealing money, and people start realizing and sharing information, and now we're classed as mentally ill, only by psychiatrists. So screw the psychiatrists that are talking this babble. Oh my gosh. They just want slaves, dumb slaves, flooded on fluoride and drugs. Here's an interesting one. Just have a read. I'm not going to go too much into it. But 3 studies here showing that cannabis grows brain cells. I'm not surprised. I've seen other studies saying that smoking marijuana or ingesting marijuana helps connect more neurons in your brain. Scare tactics used years ago, and even still today probably, because not enough people know yet, said that smoking weed damages your brain, but that is completely false as to its being proven now. They actually help brain growth. Brain growth. And as weird as it sounds, smoking weed actually makes you smarter. I think as long as you're not just sitting there and smoking, but sitting there, smoking, learning something new, watching something that's going to teach you something, or having a good conversation with someone, because you can connect with people so much better. Your focus so much more attuned. Don't just sit there and smoke it. Don't make it a habit or an addiction. Do something with it. The Internal Journal of Neuropsychopharmacology, CBD, the main non-psychotomimetic component of the plant Cannabis sativa, experts therapeutically promising effects on human mental health, such as inhibition of psychosis, anxiety, and depression. So marijuana is pretty good. There's heaps of talk. His, journals. All of them there. Go and have a read. Marijuana is absolutely beautiful. It shouldn't be substance one drug. It has been used to heal so many people for thousands of years, and it's been a medicine for longer than it's been illegal. Italian senator demands declassification and disclosure of chemtrails / geoengineering spraying. March 31st, 2014. Rodolfo Reganesi, CEO of the Gaia Foundation, is clearly a man of truly exceptional courage and focus, while nearly all the environmental and science communities have remained criminally silent about the blatant and highly toxic climate engineering constantly occurring in skies around the globe. Reganesi has taken a stand and is demanding answers. Rodolfo's efforts to expose the truth in Malta are outlined in the link below. Good. It's good to see that people are standing up against this disgusting spray of completely toxic chemicals in our skies, blatant as all hell. You can see crisscross patterns if you look up. Not every day. It's like, they do 2 days of spraying and 3 days of not spraying, then they'll do 3 days of spraying and 2 days of nothing. It's really random the way they work it. But going back to Kristen Megan, the whistleblower on the chemtrails, watch that, and you wonder why this guy's demanding declassification and disclosure of the chemtrails. They're killing us. It's part of Agenda 21 as well. Go look that up, Agenda 21. Google. It's disgusting that it's Agenda 21 classes the chemtrails in a depopulation agenda, which they apparently want to cull off 95% of the Earth's population for their New World Order, which a lot of American presidents have called upon. Need a New World Order. stuff in New World Order. Independent, Friday 11th of April. This is disgusting. Italy's bishops pass a Vatican-backed rule that child molestation does not have to be reported. It's passed at a conference on Friday. Italy's bishops have adopted a policy with backing from the Vatican that states they are not obliged to inform police officers if they suspect a child has been molested. Victims have denounced how bishops systematically cover up abuse by moving priests while keeping prosecutors in the dark. It's disgusting, and they're getting away with rape. Did you know Prime Minister of Ukraine, David Cameron, the Pope, the current Pope, and the Queen of England were all issued arrest warrants for crimes against humanity, including sex with young kids, young boys and girls, genocide. I think there was another one. Can't exactly remember. But apparently I had a story I posted. It was saying that they attempted to arrest the Queen, but the national police at the Vatican wouldn't allow them to go in to arrest her under a citizen's arrest, which is completely legal, especially for the evidence. Apparently they're saying they have to arrest the Queen and take her to court, but the police said if they were to go inside to try and attempt to see the Queen and arrest her, that they would be arrested themselves for even entering the building. So that didn't go down. And plus she's a monarch. Apparently they can't be arrested. So there you go. You got Queen of England, the Pope, and the Prime Minister of UK getting away with crimes against humanity, and they're the people that are ruling, especially the Queen and the Pope. Like, jeez. And they're still in their positions, ordering us all around. China rejects another shipment of GMO animal feed trying to be slipped in. 601,000 tons rejected last year. Yeah. China is not accepting GMO corn feed food in any way. They rejected another shipment that tried to be slipped in for animal feed from the US. Last year they rejected 601,000 tons of GMO corn. The shipment was 21,800 tons of corn from the US. Why is it the US? Why is it the US is about the only country that allows GMO food? Why haven't our leaders protected us from as the leaders protected their citizens in other countries? The other countries even protect their animals. Yet the US allows the poison of GMO corn and food and won't even require it to be labeled. There are many organizations and big companies that have tried to stop GMO food in the US, but they don't get anywhere. That proves the US is controlled by Monsanto, and those in DC are controlled by money and not what is best for their citizens. Yes, absolutely. China's Tianjin municipality has returned a bunch of corn shipment tainted with genetically modified strain not approved by the country's agricultural minister, the local quality watchdog said. Go on ahead and have a read. Good on him. Let's reject all GMO and let's ban it and make it illegal, because it's going to break down the DNA in your body. That's the whole point. GMO is bad. They give you cancer. It's proven. And yet they still try and push their GMO food on the world. America. Here's a very interesting one done by RT. Anti-radiation belt developed by Israeli firm for nuclear emergencies. How cool does that look? I'd love to get my hands on one of those. An Israeli company called Stemrad has developed a body belt that protects people from the worst effects of gamma radiation. Called the Stemrad 360 Gamma, the belt could be a lifesaver for the emergency services in a nuclear accident. Funny they're bringing out something like this at a time like this, if you're up to date with what's going on in the world. With the amount of radiation that's coming out from Fukushima, funny something like this comes out. Very, very funny. Radiation is getting around the world, if you didn't know. There's already a spot over in Australia, like in Brisbane, between us and the North Sunshine Coast. There was a little radiation, Radcon 2 came up, so there's even radiation here. Oren Milstein, the co-founder of StemRad, says it's partially made out of lead and is designed to first and foremost protect the pelvic area where most of the body's renewable bone marrow is made, Reuters reports. It may look simplistic on the outside, but the structure inside is three-dimensional and very unique. The idea here was to create a product that on the one hand protects, but on the other hand is not overburdened by weight. That's pretty cool. Just over 15 kilos. The belt would be wearable for most people, a full body suit to protect all the body's vital organs, such as liver and thyroid, would weigh about 200 kilos. A full body suit would weigh about 200 kilos, so most people wouldn't be able to wear it. So that's why they have 15 kilos. Anyways. The belt can protect the wearer for doses of up to 1,000 rads, a high level of radiation poisoning that can cause serious illness and even death. 1,000. Designed to be worn around the waist to protect vulnerable bone marrow. Screenshot from Reuters video. That's pretty interesting. Well, I'd love one of those. Just saying. Psychedelics. Another one from Natural Cures, Not Medicine. Psychedelics don't harm mental health, they improve it. I've tried to talk to some people about psychedelics, mushroom, LSD, DMT, psilocybin is mushrooms, a few other ones, saying that they're actually good for you. And here's an interesting report here. Psychedelics like psilocybin mushrooms and LSD not only don't cause mental health problems, they may actually improve mental health, says Norwegian researchers. Those are findings by the neuroscience researchers at the Norwegian University of Science and Technology in Trondheim, who reported that LSD, psilocybin, and mescaline not only don't cause long-term mental health problems, but that in many cases the use of psychedelics is associated with a lower rate of mental health problems. The study pulled data from the US National Survey on Drug Use and Health, observing 152 randomly selected respondents from the adult population of the US. 13.4% of that group, 21,967 individuals, reported lifetime use of psychedelics. Sorry. Comparing this data to standardized screening measures for mental health, the researchers found that neither lifetime psychedelic use nor use of LSD in the past year were independent risk factors for mental health problems, and that, in fact, psychedelic users had lower rates of mental health issues. This Terry S. Krebs and Paolo Jan Johansson, the Norwegian researchers, additionally noted that psychedelic plants have been used for celebratory, religious, funny that, or healing purposes for thousands of years, and that psychedelics often elicit deeply personally and spiritually meaning experiences and sustained beneficial effects. LSD and psilocybin are consistently ranked in expert assessments as causing less harm to both individual users and society than alcohol. Tobacco and most other consistently ranked in expert assessments as causing less harm to both individual users and society than alcohol, tobacco, and most other common recreational drugs, which they're probably talking about weed. Given that millions of doses of psychedelics have been consumed every year for over 40 years, well-documented case reports of long-term mental health problems following use of these substances are rare. Also found absolutely no evidence that flashbacks afflict users of psychedelics, slaying another commonly held superstition around psychedelic use. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. God, if you want to say God, I say universe. But if you want to say God put these plants on the earth, why would he put a plant on the earth that was not good for us? Especially something like these that have been used in religion and healing and just for thousands of years. Spiritual experiences, like, here's the interesting part. mushrooms, the LSD, and another one I believe would be slotted into this. I'm not sure if they talked about it, but I say DMT as well. And I've watched a couple of interesting documentaries on DMT. DMT exists within your own brain, in your pineal gland, which is like roughly in the middle of your forehead, or in the middle of your head at your eyebrow level. The pineal gland excretes DMT every time you dream. That's how you dream, is because of the DMT in your brain being secreted. Now, DMT is a class 1 drug, or a substance 1 drug. But DMT is found in all humans, mammals, animals, plant life. It's found everywhere. Every plant would have the slightest bit. Maybe some might not. I don't know, I believe they all do. But even the slightest, some plants have more. You find it in the bark of trees. You can extract it. And we have it in our brain. So it's like a spirit. A lot of people call it a spirit molecule. But the fact that they're illegal kind of makes you wonder why. If it's so good for us, and we secrete it ourselves naturally in our brain, then why is it illegal? What is it about these spiritual experiences that can show us something different about the world we live in? The government doesn't want us knowing that? I find it interesting. And from personal experience, they do open your mind. They do open your mind. I'm living proof. This, you gotta look at. I'm gonna play this one. But Luke Rudowski again. He gets around this guy. He's an awesome reporter. He tries to interview Hillary Clinton at supporting Al Qaeda in Syria and Libya. But just check this out. You gotta watch this for yourself.
Hillary, why did you support Al Qaeda in Syria and Libya? Not this time, sir. Are you just going to laugh? It's a very serious question, Miss Hillary Clinton.
Excuse me, sir. We can actually.
Why did you support Al Qaeda in Syria and Libya?
Sir?
It's a very serious question. We're supposed to be fighting them.
So we're just doing.
U.S. intervention always happens with a political agenda.
Excuse us, sir. This is not the time. I'm sorry. This is not the time.
This is the only time we ever get, so we got to take advantage of it. We're accepted members of the press. We're just asking a simple question. We mean no problems. But Al Qaeda in Libya and Syria, why did you support those rebels?
Who are you with?
Al Qaeda in Syria and Libya. Hillary, why did you support them? Why did you support Al Qaeda in Syria and Libya?
Not this time, sir.
Are you just going to laugh?
She was right there. She saw him. She heard him. Evil lady. So they're supporting Al Qaeda in Syria and Libya. I've told so many people and tried to show so much evidence in the past of how Obama is supporting the Al Qaeda still. I mean, America created them. And Al Qaeda is just like a cover for a terrorist group, which is the Americans. And yeah, they give them guns and tanks and... I mean, hell, US Congress even caught Obama giving Russia military advanced technology. And I thought they were, you know, putting sanctions on Russia. Yeah, well, they're giving them freaking weapons, so that buys that. See how much of a dictator they're becoming. The world's just insane. This one I love. The spice that prevents fluoride from destroying your brain. Doesn't look beautiful. Fluoride is found everywhere today, from antibiotics to drinking water, non-stick pans to toothpaste, making exposure inevitable. All the more reason why new research proving this common spice can prevent fluoride damage is so promising. Fluoride's neurotoxicity has been the subject of academic debate for decades, and now a matter of increasingly impassioned controversy among the general public as well. From conspiracy theories about it being first used in drinking water in Russia and Nazi concentration camps to chemically lobotomize captives, to its now well-known IQ-lowering properties, to its ability to enhance the calcification of the pineal gland. Is that word again? Pineal gland. The traditional seat, which is the traditional seat of the soul, apparently. Many around the world, and increasingly in the heavily fluoridated regions of the United States, are starting to organize the local and statewide level to oust this ubiquitous toxicant from municipal drinking water. Funny I bring up this, because I've got a video to show you on fluoride. Very interesting one. A new study published in the Pharmacognosy magazine titled Curcumin attenuates neurotoxicity induced by fluoride and in vivo evidence. Adds experimental support to the suspicion that fluoride is indeed a brain-damaging substance, also revealing that a natural spice-derived protective agent against the various health effects associated with this compound is available. Now, curcumin, I have another page here, the Pharmacognosy magazine, this is their journal, the website. Curcumin, or cur, an active ingredient of turmeric, is known to have multiple activities, including an antioxidant property, and has been suggested to be useful in treatment of several neurological diseases. To investigate the neuroprotective effects of cur to mitigate the effect of fluoride-induced neurotoxicity in the mice brain using the histological and biochemical parameters. Here's the result down here. Treatment with the F, which is fluoride, causes an increase in lipid peroxidation, LPO, and also increase in the neurodegenerative cells in the hippocampal subregions. Interestingly, co-treatment with cur 30 milligrams with fluoride 120 pulse per minute, I don't know what that all means, for 30 days results in significant decrease in LPO with a concomitant decrease in neurodegeneration as compared with those treated with fluoride alone. Our study reveals that cur is useful in ameliorating degenerative effects of fluoride in mice brain. So I'm going to get my hands on a bit of that stuff. Curcumin. Get that in you. Get rid of that fluoride. I need to open my pineal gland, not have it calcified. This is one I'm just putting the video in. Very, very interesting. Apparently the Pope is going to project himself, I believe, in the sky worldwide in 3D. This video here, if you watch it, very, very interesting. I think it shows here where he gets his information from. You go have a look at that. I don't know how true this story is, but I am not surprised that they're doing this because of a few beliefs that I have. Project Bluebeam, I watched this a little bit before. They're talking about single laser beam split in two parts, one to illuminate the object. The second part, called the reference beam, is reflected by a mirror. The two beams meet, forming an interference pattern which is developed to form a hologram. Through that, apparently they can recreate three-dimensional images of the original object, according to a comprehensive report by Canadian investigative journalist Sergei Monast, entitled Project Bluebeam. This holographic technology, used in conjunction with high-tech mind control weapons utilizing the effects of radio frequency waves upon the brain, is capable of projecting an image in the sky and causing collective thought to convince people they are seeing an alien invasion or the second coming of Christ. The Bluebeam project will pretend to be the universal fulfillment of the prophecies of old. So the Pope is apparently on the 27th of April, I believe. Might be a different date. I'm not too sure. I'm pretty sure it's the 27th. So that's this month. He's going to project himself in the sky, 3D. So everybody, literally, it says further in this, if you watch the video, that says no area will be excluded. Interesting. He's going to project himself 3D in the sky. Everyone's going to see it. It's like seeing God in the sky. And the resolution of these pixels for this 3D holographic image, 4K Ultra. 4K Ultra. They're only in TVs just coming out or about to come out. That is apparently almost lifelike visual that you'll see in the sky. So the whole thing about, you know, they can put anything in the sky. They don't just have to put the Pope. They can put anything up in the sky. Think about, you know, trying to make a fake alien invasion happen, which is what I've been trying to tell people that I believe they are going to do, is a fake alien invasion simply by projecting it in the sky and watching people run crazy. Like, if that's one way to get everyone out into the streets, going nuts, police move in, round you all up, off to the FEMA camps, which actually are in Australia too, as well as America, probably all around the world, I don't know, and ship us all off to the FEMA camps. Now, people might not believe in FEMA camps. I might have to find some information on that and put it out for you guys. I bet you some money. No, I'm not going to say how much. I bet you back in just before World War II happened, I bet you that there was someone who was trying to warn them of the concentration camps then. And they probably thought he was a conspiracy theorist. So I'm probably that person that was back then, but in this age now. And I'm trying to tell you that FEMA camps are real. Go look some stuff up on them. Apparently there's one down in Robina, for all those in Australia. Back to the fluoride part. Shit. This was shared by Illuminati Killers on Facebook that I saw. It says this video was taken by someone who works at a water treatment plant and wanted people to see what is being put into the water. Check this out. This is my last video, and I'll end it, but check this out. It's like a bag of cement almost. Delicious. Just wait until you see what is written on the bag. Sodium fluoride. Toxic. How about it? Toxic. And it's being put into our water. Every big city around the world. Almost, not every one of them. Apparently 98% of Europe doesn't have any fluoride in the water, so go them. But that's what's being put in our water, and we're not being asked if we want to be fluoridated. They're just chucking it in there. Anyways, that's the end of my recording for this week. I I might check up a video I wanted to do on an alien theory. I got a little bit I want to say about that. I might check that up a little bit later this weekend if you guys are interested. If not, all good. Well, there's people out there who do like it, will watch it. Have a good week, and I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching. See ya.